Welcome to Trade Talk today, and this is indeed day one of the Exponential, the trade fair for unmanned systems and robotics. So this is a video podcast where we'll speak about the program highlights, the special events, and yes, the people behind the innovations. And I'm really excited because he had a great morning. Dr. Gerald Wissel, the chairman of the UAV DACH, as well as Thomas Eder, the head of embedded wireless solution Nokia. And let's get started. Looking forward to talk to them.
Welcome to Trade Talk Today, your daily insight. This show is brought to you by
Nokia.
It is day one. Gerald, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you for the invitation.
Absolutely. And before we start to kind of get the temperature up and going, I'm going to be asking some rapid fire questions.
Okay.
10 of them. And basically, I'm going to give you two choices. And whatever the choice you feel applies to you, to your lifestyle, to your thinking, that's the one that you go for, right?
All right.
Are you ready?
I'm ready. Let's go.
Okay, so early bird or night owl?
Early bird.
Early bird. Very good. Manual or autonomous flight?
Autonomous flight.
Autonomous flight. I would hope so. Multitasking or single focus? How do you work?
Multitasking.
Multitasking. Okay. Scheduled or spontaneous?
I'm more scheduled.
More scheduled. Okay. Multi-rotor or single rotor drones?
Of course, multi-rotor.
Multi-rotor. Okay. Remote work or office?
Oh, both.
Both. Okay. Let's listen to this one. Collaboration or competition?
Collaboration.
Collaboration. Taking risks or playing it safe?
Sorry?
Taking risks or playing it safe?
More taking risks.
Taking risks. Okay, very good. Your weekend getaway. Mountain cabin or a beach retreat?
Beach retreat, of course.
Beach retreat. Okay. Your superpower, if you could choose, would you choose to be invisible or would you choose to have the ability to fly?
Of course, the ability to fly, of course.
Very good. Let's quickly go into this. You said early bird.
Yeah.
Why early bird?
I don't know. It's just I can work better early in the morning, wake up early in the morning, and it's just quiet. And I can concentrate much more. So
Does it mean you go to bed early at night?
Sometimes, yeah.
Sometimes, yeah. Okay, very good. And you also said multi-rotor versus single rotor drones. Why multi-rotor?
Yeah, it's the future of the drones. So all of the drones are multi-rotor drones, and this is what we're working on. And so this is the favorite
Very good.
technology for me. And
Perfect. And this, I think, leads us into our interview. So let's quickly go into a little bit of more of a business focus. You had a wonderful talk this morning at the European Drone Forum, and doing my research, I saw that the UAV DACH, the Unmanned Aviation Association, was founded in the year 2000, which means that 2025 is 25 years. How has the organization's mission evolved over these last years?
that's an interesting question. So when UAV DAF was founded, so what you said 25 years ago, it's honestly mainly military because the civil drones were not really developed. So we started with this as a European association. So we were the oldest one in Europe. And so this is where we started. And we developed in that kind that to have more industry players, stakeholders within the association. And we did, I think, good influence, starting with the EASA structure so that they have own groups, that they start with the regulations. So we did our input there. Also on the national side, that the ministry started with a project group, and so I think we did quite a lot of good work the last 25 years, and it's now developing. And yeah, we see here today.
And it's becoming a heavyweight in the industry, right? So
Yeah,
from a niche offering at the beginning to something that is now really shaping the future. Right?
This is what we can say. We're proud of that. And what we see here also, whether it's the European Drone Forum or the Exponential itself. So we see the feedback coming up, and also what, let's say, influence, what we can influence, and on what our footprint is in the industry.
Absolutely. Let's quickly stick with the exponential. So how can the exponential Europe be an enabler for UAS and AAM industries?
We are very happy to have the exponential Europe here now in Europe. It started in the US, it's very successful there. So the air part is the largest part here for the exponential. And for us, this is the chance to establish it as the lead exhibition in Europe. Yeah, not only for autonomous systems, of course, but also for all the drones, UAS, AAM, etc. So I think it's a good start, above expectations. I think we have a really good start to say, okay, we can develop it further within the next.
Perfect. You had a presentation as well this morning. How did that go?
Yeah, I think this you have to ask the others.
Okay, but you felt satisfied. You felt that you could say what you wanted to say and get the necessary response.
I think I brought some points. I think what's important for us, and I think when we come to the challenges of the industry, just to mention some of these points, but. Where I'm really proud of is what my team realized with this conference. So when you have more than 250 participants here in this really professional environment, so this makes me proud, and it's great to see all the logo.
Absolutely, Gerald, absolutely. Let's quickly stay. You mentioned the challenges. Now, what are the challenges that the European industry is currently facing?
Yeah. Normally we say that the regulations are, but honestly, we are on a good track, whether it's on the European, but also on the national side. With the regulations, of course, there is room for improvement, but there's further development. And when you're listening to the speech from EASA this morning, it's exactly so that we're on a good way, to have these regulations in place that the people can fly. Personally, I see more the challenges at the moment for the industry, just more focusing on use cases, for profitable use cases. Yeah, not just building a prototype that can fly, but also to focus on what is the real use case behind it. And the second thing is we have to go into a mass production. And, it's a contradiction where we talk about autonomous flights, but manual production. And we have to design, or we have to start design droning also ready for mass production. And this is a huge challenge for the whole industry to come, let's say, to the volume,
absolutely,
to decrease the unit costs and to be competitive.
Absolutely. Let me go to the last question. I'm going to ask you just to keep it short. So how can your organization support the European UAS and AAM industries?
We have the biggest advantage with our committees. So we have competence groups and we have application groups. And this is also unique in Europe. And these groups are doing tremendous work on giving input for the regulations, for changing regulations, and for all that stuff. And this is what we will do in the future, of course, continue in the future, to use the knowledge of the industry and to bring it to the regulators, to the authorities, and support them to build up the right framework for the industry.
Thank you, Gerald. I know that there's a lot of work still ahead of you. You're forming the future. I appreciate your time for being here today.
Thank you.
Wish you all the best. Good luck. And so we go on to our next section, which is we saw Gerald actually presenting this morning at the European Drone Forum. So we had a little bit of a video recording. Let's have a look. Great to see a full conference room at the European Drone Forum, and really excited to see. So we have our next guest here already. Thomas, welcome.
Thank you very much, Michael. Good to see you.
Absolutely. And before we get started in the interview, we're going to do some rapid fire questions.
Sure.
And it's just to get the energy up, get to know you a little bit more as a person. So I'm going to give you 2 options. You just choose one option that you feel is true to you.
Yeah.
And we'll quickly go through it. Are you ready?
Absolutely. Let's go.
Very good. Okay, so cooking at home or eating out?
Cooking at home.
Email or phone call?
I prefer definitely a phone call.
Multitasking or single focus?
Unfortunately, multitasking.
Drones for delivery or drones for photography?
I think for photography.
Nice. Digital or physical books?
Digital, because that's a little lightweight.
Yeah. Early bird or night owl?
Well, it depends on the time zone you find me in, but if I'm at home, I'm definitely an early bird.
Early bird.
Yeah.
Collaboration or competition?
A collaboration.
Taking risks or playing it safe?
It's healthy to take risks sometimes.
Weekend getaway, would that be a city trip or a spa?
That would be a city trip.
And last one, if you had a superpower, would you prefer invisibility or the ability to fly?
The ability to fly.
The ability to fly.
Absolutely.
Very nice.
Yeah.
You mentioned, Thomas, cooking at home versus eating out. Cooking at home. So do you cook?
Yeah. I think, for me, cooking is really like a decompression from the busy daily business and from, it's to a certain extent also a bit an art. And as stressful as work is sometimes, if you cook something, you see what is the outcome.
Absolutely.
And you can also immediately taste has the project been successful or not. So yeah.
Really nice one. Really nice. And when you mentioned drones, you mentioned drones for photography.
Yeah.
Is there a hobby that is maybe hidden behind there in some way?
Well, to a certain extent, I associate drones with my work and I love what I do at work. But I think, you were asking delivery versus photography. And when I think about drones, I think about a holistic, fully functional system with sensors and everything. And the technology that goes into the photography, into the sensor that is behind photography is so relevant for our industry, for drones overall. So I think it's engineering-wise more challenging, and that's why photography.
Very nice. Thomas, thank you. And I think that is a good way to kind of start our more serious aspect of the business,
Sure.
serious part of the interview.
Yeah.
You brought with you a souvenir, a photography that embodies the DNA of at least your unit. Maybe we can have a quick look. What are we seeing here and what does it have to do with you?
Oh, wow. Yeah. Good old times, I would say.
Good Nokia logo I see there.
That's a bit advertising for somebody else. Yeah.
All good.
So that is where it all began with Nokia and the drones, or at least where I think the serious trajectory into a business model for Nokia with drones started. That was back in 2017 when we came to Dubai to the International Drones for Good Award. And it was a competition. It was a competition where the aim was to show the most innovative solution with drones and doing something good with drones. And we were at that time really the first time in public with a project that was called Nokia Saving Lives,
Right.
demonstrating drones that are connected over the cellular network, over the 4G network. So we were really flying drones there over a fully portable 4G network. That was like this backpack here, which actually somebody's holding.
Yeah, it's you.
That backpack is a fully functional 4G network, and we were the first ones at that time who were really experimenting and going in the direction of 4G connected drones. Nowadays we talk about 5G connected drones, and we won that competition. That's why we are
Well done.
celebrating there, and we got $1 million, and that was really the ignition, so to say, to start a product development and to really kick that thing off, because we believed at that time. Nowadays we know that we can be successful with 4G connected drones.
We're going to go into 5G just now. Let's quickly talk about innovation. You have a drone in a box solution. So how does it differ from other offerings in the European market?
Yeah. See, I think the connectivity, when we talk about Nokia as a company, we have gone through a major transition the last couple of years from a pure telecommunications company towards a company which is really offering connectivity solutions, but also a drone-in-a-box solution for industry and public safety. And I think the three major differentiators are really, number one, we rely from a connectivity standpoint only on cellular connectivity. So our drone-in-a-box solution as a turnkey product connects only over 4G and 5G. That's number one. Number two, we rely on the industrial design. So it's we from a standards perspective, from a manufacturing perspective, we try to bring together all the strength and the power that this big company Nokia has. We are manufacturing it in our own factory, and really we try to bring in all the industrial capability we have to also give some maturity back to the drone industry.
Absolutely right. Absolutely right.
And then last but not least, we want to come, and that's also one of the major differentiators on the market. We want to bring a solution to the market which has open APIs and which is able to integrate into an ecosystem. To really bring drones for every company, for every public safety agencies into use as easy as possible without, adding another piece on the side or making the whole thing actually more complex with drones. Yeah. That's the last thing we want.
We saw in the picture just now you were operating under 4G, now it's 5G. What are the benefits that it brings you?
Yeah. So 5G as such is a more future-proof, a more scalable standard, not only from the number of users or robots or autonomous cars that you have in a cell. It also offers more bandwidth, more speed, downlink and uplink speed. And it is simply, a new version of 4G, which gives us a more future-proof set of technology that will last longer and that gives us confidence for connectivity of robots, drones, autonomous cars, and whatever we will see in our tomorrow's life.
Very good. Last question, I'm going to ask you just to keep the answer short.
Sure.
How do you plan to address the European regulations when it comes to beyond visual line of sight?
Yeah.
With drone operations.
Yeah. See, wherever we talk about innovation technology, regulation is always to a certain extent a challenge. Because regulation cannot keep up with today's speed or pace of technology development. So the only recipe that we at Nokia have is that we work together with the regulators, that we listen closely and that we try to help wherever we can, and that we also invest into being compliant and adhering to the latest, greatest set of standards.
Wonderful.
That's really a key.
Thomas, thank you for being here today. It was wonderful having you, wonderful conversation partner, and I'm happy that we can see each other again soon. All the best of luck at the XPONENTIal in the next few days.
Thank you very much, Michael.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure.
Absolutely. So, looking at our service section, don't forget that tomorrow, Wednesday, there is a live demo from Quantum Systems at 11:30 in Hall 1, with a live streaming at the Innovation Center at Stand B46. So, keynotes as well, don't forget they're happening daily from 9 to 10. They're open to everyone, so please come and join us at the Congress Center Room 1. And if you want more details about what is happening at the XPONENTIal, go to the website exponential-europe.de and have a look at the program. So in closing, tomorrow's guests, I'm really excited to have Michael Robbins here from the AUVSI, the Association for Uncrewed Vehicle Systems International, as well as Peter Litz, the Sales Director from Hearth Engines. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye.
This show was brought to you by
Nokia.